was so bad to the point where Herb Dean actually had to step in and say, hey, what are you guys doing? Like, this is a fight. Come on. Welcome back to MMA Court, everybody. We got some great things going on right now in the UFC. After last week's amazing main event between Israel Adesanya and Robert Whittaker. But something incredible happened in the meantime in the co-main event that people aren't talking about. Tai Tuivasa flatlined Derrick Lewis. Now you need to understand how important that is to the heavyweight division because it is the coming of a new era. A lot of people keep talking about Tom Aspinall, the Cyril Gans, and stuff along those lines for the next upcoming generation of heavyweight fighters. But a lot of people seem to forget Tai Tuivasa. He actually flatlined Derrick Lewis with an elbow to the jaw. This was something that was extremely unexpected, and it happened in the second round instead of the first. It was extremely surprising because, one, it wasn't just an all-out shootout between the two guys. It was actually much more calculated than people had anticipated, me included. One of the most incredible things is Tai Tuivasa was not hesitating when fighting Derrick Lewis. There was no hesitation in this guy to go toe-to-toe with the guy who has the most knockouts in UFC heavyweight history. He has the most. A lot of people call Francis Ngannou scary because he has the hardest punches and this, that, and the other thing, and he's so dangerous and he has this knockout power. But on paper, Derrick Lewis has more knockouts than him. And on paper, Derrick Lewis has a win over Francis Ngannou, which, if you go back and watch that fight, let's be real here, it wasn't much of a fight. It was so bad to the point where Herb Dean actually had to step in and say, hey, what are you guys doing? Like, this is a fight. Come on. Now, what is next for Tai Tuivasa? That is the main question we have to ask ourselves here in this situation because of the sheer fact that there's no one else besides Francis Ngannou right now that he could fight. Because if you look at the division right now, Tai Tuivasa moved up, I believe, 8 places in the rankings, just surpassing Derrick Lewis, who I believe was at number 3. Before that fight, Tai Tuivasa was not in title contention. He was not even in the title picture whatsoever. No one was talking about this. But now, he is right up there with Stipe Miocic. He's right up there with Jon Jones. He's right up there with Cyril, and he's right up there with Francis Ngannou. And obviously, he just leapfrogged Derrick Lewis after what he just did to him. You would think the most logical thing to do would be maybe put him against Curtis Blaydes. Curtis Blaydes has a fight booked already. He's fighting Chris Daukaus, who just got knocked out by Derrick Lewis. And Curtis Blaydes also got knocked out by Derrick Lewis. Tai Tuivasa can't fight Derrick Lewis again, so who's he gonna fight? Does he sit out? Does he wait? Does he fight down after he just fought up? What are we gonna do with this guy? What I wanna see from him, one more good fight before we see him move on to a title shot. Because right now I think he's on a 4-fight win streak, and I believe all 4 of them were by knockout. You have to think for a second, where does this guy fit into the entire picture of the heavyweight division? Since this is MMA Court, and the judge needs to make some kind of a ruling, this is what I think needs to happen. I think that Tai Tuivasa has to fight Cyril Gane next. There is absolutely no question about it. That is the fight to make because there are talks between Jon Jones and Stipe Miocic. We don't know if that's actually going to happen or not. We don't even know if Jon Jones is ever going to fight again. I want to see Tai Tuivasa get a shot at Cyril Gane because if he can get past him, there is no denying it that this guy deserves a title shot no matter who it's against, whether it's Francis, whether it's Jon Jones, whether it's Stipe Miocic. And then also you got to think about this. Stipe Miocic has been campaigning for his rematch against Francis Ngannou since he lost his last fight. I personally believe that Stipe Miocic deserves that shot at Francis Ngannou. Anyone that says otherwise, I would like to know a reason why. And you can give that to me in the comment section below. The verdict stands. Cyril Gane and Tai Tuivasa need to clash in a 5-round main event, and it needs to happen soon. I am the judge. Thank you for watching. Case closed.